Without even me flexing, this is the dynamics of what the demand of this type of workout did. And of course, if I flex, then I get to see what's going on. What's happening? My name is Albert. Welcome to another workout with this 61-year-old. And so today is the continuation of this explosive burpee that I have been constructing that has been going through levels. And so this is the final level number 8, where everything is choreographed. I'm heavier. I'm at 20 pounds. And let me get to the thumbnail. It's only fair, bro. It's only fair that I get to the thumbnail. I go to this coffee shop, right? And my homework is to watch the video. Like this video right here, I'm going to watch at the coffee shop. And I examine so that I could absorb and record all the moves. And it helps me, and I comment. And so that's my homework. And so while watching myself work out, there was a girl behind me that I didn't see. And she came up to me and said, "Is that you?" Because she saw me do this whole freaking routine. And so she likes fitness. And so I said, "Yeah, that's me." And she said, "Can I see it close?" And so she saw it close, and she said, "You have a lot of power." And I said, "I've been working out for 9+ years," and we had a nice chat, and one thing led to another. And the thumbnail, bro, the thumbnail says it all, bro. I don't have to share anything else, bro, but I spent 2 days with her, bro. And so I'm going to tell you a few things that she told me, which is really cool. And I am going to elaborate on this burpee that's 20 pounds and how these 20 pounds, they end up feeling so much heavier based on the compound effect, because there's one exercise after the other. And so let's get to it. All right, so here we go. Let's get to it. Oh my God, let's, baby. Come on, yeah. Yes. Yes. Come on, man. Yeah. Get it off. Yeah. Twice. Yeah. Good. I love it. Yes. 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 Yeah. Oh dear. That was awesome, although I forgot the mountain climbers, which is cool. So that's what I'm saying, like, this choreography here of everything is totally done. And so I'm gonna talk first, the girl, right? The girl told me that she freaking adores guys that take care of themselves. That's a major turn on. She's not so interested in the cutesy stuff. She says that's boring. But the guy who takes care of himself, and when she came to my place, she saw how clean it was. She saw how organized I was. It was a panty dropper, bro. And so that's that. And that makes me feel good because I didn't expect morning coffee to turn into what it did, bro. And so there's the benefits of the burpee. Thank you, Burpee. Thank you, Explosive Burpees, for freaking hooking me up, because it wasn't anything on my part. It was me that she saw in the video that turned her on. So now, this here I started at 10 pounds. And what I did was that I was organizing the moves and I was adding to the burpee. So there was maybe 4 or 5 or 6 moves at first. Then I added 9 moves, and I added 12, and then I added 15, and now there's, I think, 16 independent moves that constitutes this entire explosive burpee. This hybrid burpee, the hybrid word is important because hybrid means a combination of exercises, which is important for me to really label this correctly. This is a hybrid explosive burpee. Now, this 20 pounds, because it's compounded, it should be obvious. I'm starting out with the freaking Renegade rows, and then I'm going into the sides, and then I'm going into the shoulders, and then I'm going into the reverse burpee, which the reverse burpees, I'm holding these freaking weights, and I'm bringing them over, and I'm doing dips, and I'm crawling. The crawl is really what freaking taxes my system, because the crawl demands so much of the body. And so once the crawl takes place, the rest is brutal. And so going heavy means that my workout won't be that long. Going lighter means that I could go 5-6 rounds and it's a good cardio workout, but you know, I want to build strength. This is going to be the last workout that contains this because I'm getting bored. And so I don't have anything else that I want to add to this burpee. And so what I'm going to do tomorrow is that I'm going to grab the easy bar and I'm going to try to mimic as many moves as possible with an easy bar. So I'm going to take the easy bar and I'm going to crank it this way. And I'm going to crank it that way. And I'm going to go overhead and do all the exercises within the similar pattern. But now I'm playing with a different type of weight, which is going to create a different type of demand and rock it and rock it. And so what I'm always doing is that I'm always working the entire body and then prioritizing certain muscle groups that ought to be prioritized. Like my legs are still carrying a lot of power over my upper body because my upper body is still feeling the pump and the soreness and the stimulus from when I worked out 2 days ago. Not that the weight is heavy, is that the weight ends up getting heavy. Because if I did traditional these with that weight, I'll go on for a long time because that's just one exercise. But when an exercise is compounded upon like this, it takes on a new form, and that's really important for me to just talk so that when I hear myself back, I can really absorb and take these words in because this keeps me creative, finding a lot of ways to maximize a certain amount of weight rather than thinking only ego. Oh yeah, let me lift that weight. No, lift a light weight like this and like this and like this and like this. Total different dynamics. The last exercise here when I'm in a squat and I'm freaking walking is freaking brutal. And of course, you have to do this exercise in order to know. And so I'm a very firm advocate of that. Talking about exercise is useless because exercise is a physical endeavor that requires no talk whatsoever. However, I do the exercise and then I talk about what happened afterwards, which is the experience being conveyed from the exercise. And so I'm gonna get to the next one. So let's get to it. All right, so here we go. One more round, heavy. Oh my God. Let me do some pumps here. Wah, wah, wah. Okay. Huh, yeah. Huh, yeah. Ha. Huh, yeah. Huh, ha. Huh, ha. Huh, huh. Yeah, come on now. Yeah. Huh, okay. Huh, yeah. Huh, yeah. Yeah. Huh, yeah. Yeah. Huh, yeah. Yeah. Yes, come on now, one. Come on now, yes. Come on now, yes. Come on now. Yeah. Yeah. God damn, I'm gonna freaking lighten up now. Woo, for sure, bro. And so, okay, so I'm breathing heavy. The weight is heavy. And so, this girl, bro, she had the freaking physical hots for me because of the turn on that I was based on how I took care of myself now. This goes beyond the looks. This goes beyond some type of attraction. This goes into the realm of maturity. It was an intense connection because sometimes girls want to be satisfied within the stamina and power of a person. And so she knew that I was freaking high energy. And so I was able to deliver what she expected based on her feel about me. The burpees, bro, I take zero credit for this, bro. This would have never happened if it wasn't for her seeing the workout. I was just doing my homework, bro. I do the homework every single day, same coffee shop. I wasn't at a bar. It was morning, 10:30, and it happened at that time, bro. 2 days with her was my way of maximizing this connection that happened that way. And so I rolled with it, man, and I rolled with it. And since I'm, self-employed and I really don't need to work, then I was able to really, on top of that, show her my independence, that I don't really depend on anybody. And that turned her on even more. Let me get to the workout, bro. This burpee here, bro, is so good and it's so promising. And so what I did in the last round was that I felt powerful with the Renegade rows. Now, that's important. Like within the Renegade rows, I doubled up. And then I said, well, let me double up and let me hang in there because I got so much more ahead of me. And so by the time I did the side planks, I was like, wow, this is heavy. And then I went to the shoulder planks, and instead of doing 2, I did 1 because I said there's more shoulders to go. So there's a lot of shoulder work here. The core exercises, I could do more. And so maybe when I lighten up, this is where I'll go freestyle. And so there's 2 things that I forgot, and that the first one is the mountain climbers, which I'm gonna do now. And I'm gonna make sure to do the Coach Blue dip. And so let's get to it. All right, so here we go, baby. It's 5 pounds lighter, so let's see what happens, baby. Wow, come on now. Yeah. 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 Oh my God, what a promising burpee. Look at me. So that was 5 pounds heavier. And so I was faster. There was more fluidity, like I was able to flow into each exercise a lot more seamlessly. So I got the Coach Blue dip in, but I forgot the mountain climbers. This is such a compound of exercises that it's such a promising workout for that reason. I'm sweating if you can see it. You can see it in my breath. You can see it within the stimulus of the muscles. My chest is so pumped right now. I'm being careful because I start to think of the things that people say, like to really allow your chest to recover so that it gets stronger, or if you overdo it, you may interfere with this recovery phase. I keep that in mind. Not that I believe it in stone, because I don't know. Because there's one thing that I know is that our bodies are very different. And so this may work out for me the same. I may be able to still get stronger, which I'm not necessarily trying to get stronger. The reason why I'm not trying to get stronger is because I am naturally progressing strength naturally. Like, what I mean by naturally is that this weight right here, the 15 pounds, they got light for me. Because I've been since November 3rd freaking cranking out. So they got light for me. So I went heavier, added 5 more pounds. But when I added 5 more pounds, it wasn't my mind or any type of blueprint telling me to add it. It was that I was really ready for more weight. So I naturally got stronger, so I naturally added more weight. And so that's important because this shows that I'm not forcing myself to try to arrive at a certain strength level, but there's no strength level. Mentally or via a training method or a practice or a protocol, I'm not following a protocol. All I'm doing is finding ways to create ways to work out in interesting ways that I've never worked out before. Now this is a time where I need to get away from this exercise because now is where my body will adapt to it. And so once it adapts to it, I start making changes so that it's working out in a new way to work out outside the box, which is very important. And so what else can I say about the girl? We got along, but she has a life, I could tell. Like, she needed to like experience this and go off. So I knew it because she gave me the vibes of that this was just an experience that she organically went for. And so I wasn't trying to push anything. I wasn't trying to make it a marriage or anything. I wasn't trying to make some type of commitment out of it. I left it to me just, come on, and being there for the next step that was happening. So there was food and there was more coffee events. There was more sit downs. There was a bar. There was just things, music. There was a time where we sat and we talked fitness. She likes fitness. She liked a lot. So I spent a lot of time showing her a whole bunch of different exercises. Then she showed me the stuff that she was into. And we came to my place and worked out a little bit. She's so cute. And so she loved my gym and she loved all the little knickknacks that I had. And she says, what's this for? What's that for? And so I would show her and then she would try it and we would laugh. And so it was a freaking awesome connection. And so what's next? So I'm going to do another round and I'm going to fry it in my brain to zero in on this mountain climbing that I forgot these 3 rounds. And so I'm going to make sure that I remember. So let's get to it. All right, so here we go, round number 4, baby. All right, so let's get to it. Yeah, come on, yeah. Huh, yeah, oh wow, I did a push-up there. Huh, yes, huh, yeah. Huh, 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 huh. Oh, I'm shot. Oh, I'm shot. Now. Haha. Mountain climbers, here we go. Don't you forget. Yes. Yeah. That's it, baby. That's it. So this right here, this part, is the most important factor of what I want to look at. The sweat. And then the exercise moves. How low I went. And I start to see, like, this burpee shows me my strength within certain things, because I could do a lot of renegade rows and not a lot of these side planks. So it gets tricky, because just because I could do more renegade rows doesn't necessarily mean that I should, because I have so much ahead of me that if I did too many renegade rows, when it comes time for me to do the press, I'm gonna be shot. So I intellectually or intelligently go with a flow and feel my way through until the very end of the workout. So this is a design, but the design, like I said before, is meant to fall apart. Like, this burpee won't be in this sequential order. It's going to flip around. And so I may start backwards with the reverse burpees and do the this and do the that. When one day when I face this again, it's going to be a free fall of just burpees. Like when I do my nunchucks, it started with me learning these moves and flipping and twirling. But now when I take the nunchucks and I start twirling in all kinds of different ways, so it becomes an organic way of workout and non-mechanical. And so that's the best word, is a non-mechanical workout. This is the drill portion of this burpee, where it's important for me to have my system record these bits. And like what I did with the mountain climbers, I said, and I remembered. And so this is the locking in portion. And so the choreography is done. My next step is tomorrow, grab the easy bar, try to do all of this with the easy bar, which would be a different workout. And so I am sweating. My chest is freaking pumped. Like, wow. And my arms, you can see without even me flexing. This is the dynamics of what the demand of this type of workout did. And of course, if I flex, then I get to see what's going on, which is important, because there was a time when I didn't have muscle. This really silly guy was asking me, like, because I flex. He's like, so what is that for? It's like, well, I didn't have this. I didn't really know what to say it at the time, but I check to take a look, because my muscles tell me a story. When they're freaking pumped like this, and I could go like this and freaking see that there's a freaking dynamical punch, there's a pump, a dynamical pump, it speaks volumes. It tells me a story. Yeah, the workout was good. Yeah, look at the sweat. Yeah, look at the way you're breathing. Yeah. And so this workout comes to a close, and on to the next one. I am done.